18, I failed the entrance exam to university. To be honest, I didn't really study at high school. I thought that all the things they taught me in school would never benefit me in reality. All I did at that time was listening to American music, Linkin Park, Westlife, Avril Lavigne, and watching a lot of Hollywood movies. As a result, I failed to get into the school that I applied for. Even though I had prepared for the result, it was so awful. I was born in a labor family. My parents never entered a university, so they really wanted me to get into a good school. And they told me that's the only way I can be rich and can change my life. But I failed. I disappointed them. I felt very stuck and like a loser. I feel like everybody's laughing at me and my parents. It took me a while to recover. I had to go to the mountain to refresh my mind. And later on, I entered a private school to study, which is not prestigious, but I managed to be one of the best students and graduated with a very good degree in public relations. My parents were very proud of me. And that was the first time I truly understood that everything's gonna be alright. I know my first job right after graduation, and even though it was a very small company, my first projects were to inviting 60 reporters to a press conference, and I had to prepare a press release. All I had at the time was a very good degree, a lot of theories, and a very strict boss. It was a nightmare. I was so scared. I didn't know what to do or where to begin with. And I tried to contact the reporters, but very few of them confirmed to join our press conference. I tried to write a proper and professional press release, but my boss kept telling me that it is a very terrible stuff. I don't care whether you have a good degree. I pay you the money to come here to work, not for you to study. You understand? And I was so stressful, so depressed, and I was so scared. I even got angry with my boyfriend and my family. And my mom told me that, come on, this is only your first job. You have nothing to lose, right? Just show them what you got and try your best, and everything's gonna be alright. And I survived. I tried to contact more reporters to make sure that they will show up in our press conference. I rewrote the press release, and finally my boss approved it. The press conference was successful. And you know what? Everything's gonna be alright. When we were children, we only afraid of darkness, ghosts, monsters. When we grow up, perhaps we're still afraid of darkness, ghosts, and monsters, but we have more fear. Fear of being lonely, fear of disappointment, fear of poverty, misery, fear of failure. We are physically stronger, but at the same time mentally, emotionally, spiritually weaker. Isn't it ironic? When we were children, we're happy and laugh all the time. And now we adult. We fear. We afraid of the negative feedback. We afraid to be judged. We unhappy. Isn't it ironic? What happened? We're afraid of the deadline. We read the negative news on newspaper. Sick people die, serial killer, corruption, poison food. We worry all the time. I would like to dedicate this speech to young people like me. Maybe now we're in the middle of 20s. We feel so lost and we're scared about the future. We're just like a little baby, defining who we are and what we're gonna do next step. And life is like a giant monster trying to attack us all the time. But you know what? Everything gonna be alright. Maybe you're afraid that you will be failed, you will not successful. Remember the speed of timing. Happiness doesn't come after success. And you just only remember that everything gonna be alright. Okay, I'm not making this speech to tell you to jump on a mountain and say everything gonna be alright. No, it's not alright. It's awful. It's about the encouragement and the attitude toward difficulty and hardships, because you will face it in your life, whenever stage of life. So just go forward, try your best, and put really hard effort on this. You're on the right track. Just keep moving on, because you know what? Everything's gonna be alright. Maybe it will become very splendid. Back to you.